Hi guys, it's Simon at Kairos Capital Markets with a review of the US oil. So at the moment we're looking at the monthly chart, and personally myself, this monthly is fairly bearish at the moment. Let me explain why. We have this upward sloping trend line and a downward sloping trend line which seems to be making a triangle. We've now broken out of the triangle and we're coming back up for a retest of it here. So $60 is quite key. We've got a couple of rejections there, one there, that's 3 touches. And we're looking for rejection here where the yellow circle is for a 4th touch. We are at the same level. We're actually going to got the trend line, we've got this key level, and we've got the monthly 50 coming down as well. So if you notice here, the monthly 50 has been quite key. It's been key quite a lot all the way through its lifetime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the break and retest is quite, it's looking quite solid there. It's only ever gone through it quite literally just twice in its whole entire life, pretty much. So yeah, to me that's quite bearish. I know some people are talking about a head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder pattern on the weekly chart, but for that to be confirmed, it's got to break above and break into the pattern, which means the path of least resistance is still bearish, unless of course it does do that. So we'll soon find out what happens in a few more months' time, but let's go through into the weekly chart and see what I see there. So basically on the weekly chart, I had this level at $50. There was one at 51 as well, so I have a little zone between 50 and 51. And we got this upward sloping trend line. So if we had a nice pullback down to the $50 level, and we tested the weekly 50 and this trend line, I would expect it to go head higher and break the 54 daily level. So this is what I'm looking for. If it pulls back down here, we can get a nice buy signal on the weekly and take it up and get out before $60, because 60 clearly here is key, and on the monthly it's been key as well here a couple of times. It's been key. That is simple as that. So let's look down to the smaller time frames of the daily and let's have a look what's happening here. So this blue line here has just been transferred over from the weekly to the daily. That I just left there for a reference. I have this zone, like I said, between $51 and $50 because price is sometimes broken that test both sides of it or only test one side of it. So depending on what the daily want to do, it depends to where you would actually want to take it. So for example, it's just a zone for me here. If you notice how sometimes it'll go through the zone, sometimes test the bottom, or sometimes it'll just test the top of the zone, or sometimes it'll test both parts of the zone. But either way though, it's definitely a zone there, which is it's a nice thing to look for. So what I'm looking for now on the daily chart is one or two things before a bullish move. If price closes above 54 here, it denies all these wicks. So understand that. So if price pops up and closes above around this $54.50 for the day, that would be a very, very bullish sign there, because it's been unable to close above that this whole entire time. Last time it closed above $54. Well, technically it was here. Was this back in 2015, in April 2015? That's almost 2 years ago. So this $54 level is going to be key. So if they close above that, like I said, it should turn bullish. Obviously, it can close and just have another bearish day afterwards. So you always got to watch out for that. But other than that, though, that'd be a very bearish move. The second most likely of a bearish move would be, bullish move, sorry. The second most likely bullish move would be if we pull back down to the $50 level. The daily 50 is going to be in the way, but as you notice, it sometimes respects it like it has here, and sometimes disrespects it. So that's not too much of a key issue, but understand you're going to have the weekly 50 as well at this level here. So you've got this trend line, a good solid weekly level plus the 50, so it'd be nice to buy here. And if price does come down to here, you have a nice Fibonacci pullback you would. So if we just do it from that to that, your Fib pullback is actually the 382. The worst possible case, it's still a 382 foot pullback on the Fibonacci. So that'd be a nice trade to take if that does happen, to take it long. And like I said, that just generates another higher low. That's all it does. So it's still with the trend. To me, this is just noise and chop. It doesn't represent any significant value there. You might be able to try. I did actually take a trade off this one here and take out down there. That was taken a few weeks back. That was, and that was obviously documented on the channel. But other than that, though, there's not really been that much of an opportunity to trade here. It's just been chop all the time. So like I said, so if it pops down there, it'd be quite nice. Now, for this to turn bearish now, if you can have this bearish, it's got to pop down, break this key level, break the 50 key level, break the weekly 50, break this trend line, then come back up to test it, because the daily 50 will come down, the weekly 50 will just be around this area as well. So you've got to break and retest this $50 level. So for that to turn bearish, a confirmed bearish move, that's what you're looking for there. At the moment, I don't see it happening, but who knows, in the marketplace it does seem to provide a few surprises. But like I said, for me so far, powerful resistance is $60 at the moment. Hope that helps people, and I'll speak to you soon.